Hello and welcome to today's video, which is going to be my worst makeup purchases ever of all time. I've been doing a lot of videos lately, kind of reflecting on past purchases. This has been a big theme for me on my low buy, but most of my low buy, I'm just, trying to enjoy what I have, and not buy too much more. But I will say I've done a lot of reflection and I'm going to be roasting myself a little bit in this video, but it's really just for fun. And I admit that part of the whole process, sometimes you do buy makeup that just does not work out for you, and that's just part of it. Then you find your preferences, and then the key is, to not buy more of that. Now, I am not saying that these are terrible products, and if you like these products, that is obviously, not a reflection on you that I don't like. Everybody has different tastes, personal preferences, so obviously I'm not saying these are bad products, but they just were not the right items for me, but hopefully I have learned from these mistakes. If you're interested, check out my makeup and consumerism playlist. I have a lot of other videos in this style and other videos that I've done in the last few weeks, and let's get started. The first item on the list definitely inspired this video because I mentioned this item in a video from last week called 5 Makeup Shopping Mistakes. And that is the NYX Lip Vault of Soft Matte Lip Creams. I bought this about 3 years ago. I don't know what I was thinking. This is probably the #1 worst makeup purchase I've ever made, ever. And it was 40 mini soft matte lip creams in a million different colors. I'm trying to remember how much I paid for this. It was on sale at Target, so I may have spent maybe only about $25, but honestly, I wish I had my $25 back. This was such a bad idea. Now, I will say I do like the formula of the soft matte lip creams. I think they're very nice. And at that time, I had 1 or 2 shades. And at this time, I decided that I needed a lip color of every color known to man. And this set had a black, a gray, a blue, multiple reds, like 15 neutrals, several pinks. I did not wear like 95% of these. Now, if you watch my videos, the lip color I'm wearing today is kind of my everyday lip color. Neutral, glossy. Occasionally I wear a red lip. Occasionally I go more pink, but that's it. That's my preference. That's what I like. I am not going to wear blue lipstick. When I owned this blue lipstick, I did not wear the blue lipstick. It also had a green. Did I wear the green lipstick? No. Did I even try them on? Some of them I did try on. And I discovered I didn't like the way they looked on me. I'm just not brave enough to wear those colors. It's not my taste. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You hear people saying, oh, neutral makeup is so boring. But some people like neutral makeup. If that's what they like, let them wear it, I love neutral makeup, but I do love rainbow eye looks. But I don't love rainbow lip looks. And that is okay. I don't know why I was so convinced that I needed every lip color known to man. But this was a total fail. I wish I had my $25 back. To be honest, at this point, I don't think I would buy lip sets anymore in general because A, I own plenty of lip products. And if there's really a color or formula I'm really, really missing, I have discovered, because I've bought other lip sets and regretted it. I bought one of those Sephora lip sets several years ago. I think also 3 years ago. And there were like 7 lip products in there. I ended up only liking 2 of them. I would have just been better off picking a formula and a brand that I like or want to try, pick a color I'll get a lot of use out of, and I just think that is a way better purchase for me. I do not want to buy any more lip sets, and a lip set with 40 items was absolutely ridiculous to begin with, so this is definitely the worst offender on this list. All right, the next thing on this list is so absolutely my fault. I don't know what I was thinking. This is a mistake I made 4 times over, and that is buying Clinique foundation. I have purchased, I think, 4 Clinique foundations over time. The reason this is such a mistake is that Clinique doesn't have any colors that match me. But I admit, I like their formulas, so I kept buying them and over again. Their lighter colors are just way too pink for my skin tone. I have yellow undertones. Their lighter shades don't match. It's not a big deal. There's plenty of other brands that I can find a color in. So I don't know what I was doing. Why did I buy this brand over and over again? I admit at first when I purchased Clinique foundation, I just don't think I was very aware of what my skin tone, undertones, and all of that were. So I often was purchasing the wrong shade. However, over time, I learned that yes, I have light skin with yellow undertones. Why did I keep buying Clinique foundations? I don't know what I was doing. And some of these I did completely pan and probably walked around with a pink looking face. I don't know. This was absolutely ridiculous. I should not be purchasing any foundation unless it properly matches me. You know, of course, if it's slightly too light or too dark, you know, you can kind of get away with that, or there's foundation mixers. But this was just ridiculous because there are brands that have colors that match me. So I don't know what I was doing. This was just ridiculous. And yes, I bought multiple bottles of Clinique foundation. Next up is a Tarte holiday set. Now, you know what, and I should actually put one of the Too Faced holiday sets that I bought on this. I do feel lucky that I did not buy like multiple of these holiday sets. I did buy one from Tarte and one from Too Faced. This was a while ago, like 4 years. So I actually don't even remember which ones I purchased exactly. But both the one from Tarte and from Too Faced, the eyeshadow palettes were such terrible quality. Like awful quality, chalky, no pigment. The Tarte one, I admit I did return that because it was so bad, you know. So again, I very rarely return makeup because I know that they throw it away, but this was so awful that I did return it. The Too Faced one, I did end up keeping that, and then later I gave the palette away. I don't know. I'm sure the Tarte and Too Faced have kind of improved these by now, but as we all know, a lot of holiday releases, not all, I think this was more true 3-4 years ago, that they were lower quality than their usual releases. I think now things maybe have improved, but I am pretty wary about buying any sort of holiday releases, holiday palettes and things like that. Of course, not all brands do this, but Tarte and Too Faced are kind of known for putting out these massive sets and massive palettes that are lower quality than their other formulas. So I did buy one of each. Again, this was 4 years ago. I can't even remember which ones I bought, but yeah, it was a total waste. Like I said, I did return the Tarte one, but yeah, this was terrible. And again, I don't really buy sets to begin with, but these holiday things, I really try to steer clear. The next two items on the list actually make me a little sad because I do like these products. I thought that they were good products, but these were fantasy self products. These were things I thought were beautiful, but I rarely wore them. And that is the Anastasia Moonchild and Aurora Glow Kits. These were so gorgeous, and this was at the time where everybody's wearing the colorful highlighter look, and honestly, I love a pink highlighter. I really do. But other than that, I pretty much just wear like a champagne highlighter or gold highlighter. The blue and the green, I wore them. I tried them out. I didn't think they looked very good on me. Again, it's like those different lip colors. It's just not my style, and that's okay. We don't have to own everything. We don't have to love everything. I love a pink highlighter, and the pink highlighter, each of these palettes had a pink highlighter, and they were beautiful. And there was actually a really pretty peach one in the Aurora Glow Kit, which I do miss that one because I do like a peach highlighter, but the blue and the green, oh yeah, it's sad because I really did like these glow kits. I have since decluttered them. It was just a waste. It was a waste. I do like the Anastasia Glow Kits. I still have the Sugar Glow Kit and the Nicole Guerrero one, but those are colors that I wear all the time. So yeah, really sad because I did like these products, but again, these were, you know, fantasy self products that I rarely wore. The next item on the list is the only one that was actually a semi-recent purchase. All these other purchases I made like between 3 and 5 years ago. So I definitely have learned since then, but the e.l.f. bite-sized palettes, I think I bought 3 of these at the beginning of 2020. These aren't terrible by any means. I've talked about this so much on my channel, but the problem is that they're so mediocre compared to my other eyeshadows. My BH Cosmetics and Natasha Denona and Juvia's Place, I like those so much more, and I have a ton of palettes that I absolutely love. So I don't know why I bought these. Well, actually I do know why I bought them, because they were only $3 each and everybody was talking about them on YouTube. I know, bad reason, really. I'm trying to learn. I do feel like I've learned from my mistakes. This was the most recent purchase on this, you know, absolutely horrible list. And it was almost a year ago, I think, that I bought them. You know, now I've learned. I didn't, again, they're only $3 each. So I think I spent, you know, $9 on 3 of them. But still, I mean, even if something is super cheap, if I'm not gonna wear it and use it, I don't even want to buy it to begin with. You know, I'd rather have my $9 back. It was just sadly a waste. I do still have one of these, the jalapeno one. I've been considering decluttering it. I haven't been able to do it because I do like that one more than the other two that I had. I do think it's a pretty good little palette, but I have those colors in other palettes, so we'll see what I end up doing with that. But yeah, I shouldn't buy things just because they're cheap and other people are saying they're good if I'm not going to actually use them. Then we have Colourpop. When I first got into Colourpop, I became obsessed with the lippy sticks, and I bought so many of these. I think at one point I had 20 different colors. Again, I don't need all the lip colors in the world. I should have just bought one or two. I did like this formula though, which is why I did buy them over and over again. But the problem, in addition to the fact that I was buying all these colors that I would never wear, was that these break. Oh my gosh, these fall apart so bad. So many of the ones I had, they would just come broken when I ordered them from Colourpop to begin with. Or over time, one day I would just open it and the whole thing would be smashed into the cap, even though I didn't do anything with it. They're so thin that they were just so fragile. And so many of the ones I had broke. There were so many times where I opened one and the stick just went flying onto the floor. And you know, clearly the whole style of this was a bit defective. Some of the ones I had were okay, but a lot of the ones I had fell apart. So why did I keep buying them? I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I admit I did like the formula, and they're only $5 each. They had every color. This was kind of like in the beginning stages of Colourpop, where like all they had were a few lip products and the Super Shock shadows. And then the last up on the list is the Super Shock shadows. I got so obsessed with buying these. Again, they were only $5 each. So I think at one point I had like 25 of these. Now, the metallic ones I liked. I really did enjoy them. They were great to apply. I would use a sponge tip applicator and I really, really liked it. The mattes were a bit more difficult. I had a hard time blending the mattes into the crease. I could do it, but a powder eyeshadow was so much easier as far as a matte formula, so I didn't reach for these as often. I'm definitely a palette person. I don't tend to reach for little eyeshadows and compacts like this, which is why I hardly have any of those anymore. You know, it's just a personal preference thing. So even though I loved the metallic ones, I don't know, I just kept buying and buying and buying, and I really did not like the mattes. Then the really sad part about this is that they're technically cream products. So I really shouldn't have bought so many because these do dry out easily. Now you can revive them, and I did revive some of them a couple of times, but after a while it just kind of stopped working and the formula would change, the consistency would change. I don't know, this was sad. Definitely a waste. They were beautiful, they really are, and I know a lot of people still love the Super Shock shadows, but they're just not a me product. I would rather use a powder eyeshadow that is beautiful and metallic, that I can spray a little setting spray on and be good to go. And I know that it's not going to be dried up and unusable in 6 months from now. So I don't know, this is kind of sad because I did really, really love these at one point. But again, not a me product. I'm more into powder eyeshadows. I find that powder eyeshadows are easier to use and they also don't expire as quickly. So yeah, this was definitely a mistake. And I also got carried away. I got carried away with the whole $5 thing, and yeah, it was just sadly a waste. Alrighty, I think I've roasted myself enough for one day, but let us know what are some of your worst purchases. I mean, part of this is that we learn again. You know, if you don't ever try a new product, you're never gonna know if you like it, but I think the two big themes that I found in this for myself, or things that I bought for my fantasy self that I just wouldn't wear all the time, and then buying things just because they're cheap and new and exciting and getting carried away with that. So I think I've definitely learned some lessons here, and luckily these purchases were from quite a while ago. None of them were very recent except for the e.l.f. palettes. But yeah, that is it for this video. Let us know what you think. What are some of your worst purchases, or maybe some of your best purchases, honestly. That is it. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.